Hi. How we doing, guys? Welcome. Hi. We are playing Real Face of a Vtuber again tonight. Now, will we catch Kurumi? Probably not. Probably not. I'll be real with you. We're probably not going to manage it. she's given us quite the slip so far. But the show must go on, and so must we. So, let's jump straight back in, shall we? Where did we leave off last time? Chapters 27th of January? That'll look right. 3rd of February? Lobby chapter 4? I think we left off here. Yeah, 3rd of February, 1913. That looks about right. Okay. So we want to go back and do the chapter where we can accuse Amanda, I believe. Yes, we've got... we've done Accusation Sophie. And we've done Accusation Honor. We haven't done Accusation Amanda. That seems to impact who you can indict in this chapter. So we've indicted Kurumi so far. And I'm not going to say anything further on that point because spoilers, but like, yeah. Stuff happened. So. Who will I accuse? Can I change who I accuse? I think I can, yes. Yeah, we're gonna indict Amanda. We're gonna indict Hachima. Because nothing can go wrong if I bring Hachima to court. Like, if I put Hachima on trial, you know, spiders will not eat my flesh. So, I think her. I think we can accuse basically these three in the first thing. Let's see what Secretary Close thinks, huh? Okay. Give me a clue. What about Amanda? She never touched the knife, but Mr. C was holding a nameplate and there are holes in her alibi. Her alibi and Mr. C's dying message should be enough to accuse her. Alright. Okay. And then alibi 1. Okay. We'll skip through any text we've already read before, by the way. Yeah. And then after this we can see like where the other chapters lead us to, right? But yeah, for those who haven't seen this before, Mr. C, Mr. Chicken, is the CEO of LILIEN Entertainment. He's been killed by one of his employees. We're trying to work out who it was. My brain is broken. Alrighty, court's in session. This court now convenes with the matter of the death of LILIEN Entertainment CEO, one Mr. Chicken. Counsel be seated. Counsel, are we ready? We're ready. And Zoe's ready. Both sides may state their position. Victim in this case is the CEO of LILIEN Entertainment, Mr. C. On the morning of April 21st, his body was found in his office, time of death estimated to be the night before. Various signs point to someone familiar with Mr. C in the office being the culprit, naming someone with the key, which is why we know the suspects, 2 LILIEN's 6 employees. After our investigation, we found Amanda Charles the most suspicious, which the prosecution will provide evidence for. There are 6 employees with the keys to the office, so it's unreasonable to focus on Amanda Charles as the most suspicious suspect solely because she's familiar with the victim. Also, prosecutors use various signs far too abstract. In reality, there was no evidence at the scene of the crime that directly points to Miss Childs. Miss Childs was at home during the time of the murder, which her family can attest to, giving her a rock-solid alibi. The prosecution is frankly accusing Miss Childs based on a series of assumptions, not nearly enough to prove any form of guilt, assumptions which we will enumerate one by one. Oh, will you now? Very well. I've heard the claims from both sides. May the first witness take the stand. Wait, why is Honor the first witness? I wasn't expecting that. Alright. Please state your occupation. Honor Chen, Kuripa's father, in real face. So she claims. By father, Miss Chen means the one who built her 3D model. Miss Chen's a digital modeler at LILIEN. And what is this real face business? In the world of virtual idols, a real face refers to the person who controls that idol, the face behind the mask. Oh, yeah, that's right. Every time I play this game, I get reminded that I'm made of flesh and meat. I wonder how I'd taste with a ragu on me. Like a nice Italian sauce, like a bolognese or something. I did the pinch fingers thing then. Ren's gonna kill me. But let me remind you, the core focus of this trial is whether the defendant may or may not have committed murder, which does not who does or does not control a virtual influencer. Yeah, I agree with that. Commence your questioning. Have you had trouble sleeping over the past 2 months? Irrelevant. The victim's toxicology report showed traces of sleeping pills, so whether or not the suspect had access to sleeping pills is of great relevance to this case. I'll allow myself for the prosecution. Witness, please answer the question. I don't usually have trouble sleeping, but I have a penchant for migraines. If my head hurts enough, I have trouble falling asleep. In the past 3 months, there was one period of time my head hurt so bad I couldn't sleep, yeah. Do you recall how you dealt with that issue? Hey there, Yamiba, how you doing? Welcome in. Amanda noticed my headaches and gave me some sleeping pills. That night I slept great and the migraine slowly went away. Please present evidence 001. Do you recognise this medication, Miss Chen? Yeah, those are the pills I got from Amanda. Mr. C's toxicology report shows that he had this exact same brand of sleeping pills in his system when he was killed. Can you describe the day you got those pills from Miss Childs? I remember my migraine was especially bad that day. I think Amanda was busy with a project that day, so she kept checking back with Mr. C and Sophie about it. Even so, she still noticed I was having a hard time. I told her I wasn't sleeping, so she gave me some pills, said they were sleeping pills, said they might help me. She's so cute and caring. Okay. Was there anything about her that day that was particularly memorable? She seemed a little distracted and stressed, but I figured that's because of work. I didn't think much about it. Hold on a second, I just realised something. Do you think Amanda did it? I promised you I'd come to testify in court. I didn't say I'd come to help you accuse my friend. Amanda didn't do anything. Objection! Personal conjecture. Would you like to object, Prosecutor Truth? I just did. Judgy. Sorry, let's get my fringe out of the way. That's better. Yeah, the witness was inferring her own conclusions. But you asked the question. Well, I don't need to anymore. I've heard enough. Alright, then the witness need not continue answering this question. Well, that doesn't seem right. Gavel, gavel. Silence! Oh. You just wait and see. Judge shot her down. The victim had traces of sleeping pills in his blood, and our witnesses testified that the defendant carried sleeping pills. However, during our interviews, the defendant denied this fact multiple times. Our position is that the defendant had ulterior motives for keeping this information a secret from us. Okay, I understand. Well then, may the defence begin a cross-examination. She's going to waive it, right to cross-examine. Okay. Okay. Next witness. Oh, it's Amanda directly. Okay. You'd like the defendant to testify on their own behalf? Well, will it? Her success rate is incredibly high. Maybe you should ask her. Seriously? Why'd the defense not cross-examine? That's super weird. Yeah. We know Zoe Dunn's famous for this tactic. We've seen her things in court before. Amanda Childs, artist at LILIEN Entertainment, Kuripa's real face. Didn't the previous witness say that she was this real face thing already? Yeah. Are there usually more than one of those? Nope, there's usually only one per VTuber. I think the situation has been caused by the prosecution's ineptitude, Your Honour. Oh, fuck you, Zoe Dunn. How dare you? Ineptitude. How about you ineptitude these nuts? Ugh, shut up. Still, the real face isn't a concern in this case, at least not yet. Well, the defence is fine with it. I won't push any further. Thank you, Your Honour. Do you recall the events just described by Miss Chen about the sleeping pills? Yes, I do. Do you feel that in Miss Chen's testimony she was trying to implicate you in the murder of Mr. C? That feels like a leading statement. Yes. Hypothetical question. Haha. Eat shit, Zoe Dunn. Please describe that day in detail. In detail? I don't know what day it was specifically, but it was around mid-March. Honor was scolded by Mr. C that day, which is rare to see. She didn't seem to be doing very well, so I asked how she was. She said her head hurt. I was really tired around that time because I'd seen the doctor a bunch. There was some medicine I hadn't finished, so I gave her some. What'd you give her? I don't know. I don't even remember what they were. I just figured they'd be some kind of painkillers. You didn't explain this to the prosecution during the interview. Why not? I forgot. Or I think because I didn't know what kind of medicine the doctor prescribed, so I didn't know if there were any sleeping pills when the prosecutor asked me. That's kind of sus. Also, I'd been to the doctor so many times, I was really busy. I just forgot, I swear, I wasn't hiding anything. Are you saying your mind was so fixated on work you forgot about giving Miss Chen some new medicine? That's a leading question. Oh! Can you go into more detail about what you were busy with at the time? We were collaborating with the zoo at that time. They were really concerned with getting all the animal info correct, so we were constantly adjusting our images to their notes. Along with Karipa's new outfits, I had 5 images I was working on at the same time. It was crazy. I was drawing 12 hours a day. Hold on. Give me a moment. Every time I keep looking down at the text, my eyes are like... My tracking's not great. Hold on. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Kind of, anyway. Like, a little bit better. Mouth tracking's not going to be quite on point, but that's fine. Okay. So I really wasn't hiding anything, I just forgot. She forgot. Okay. Okay, as Miss Child stated, Miss Childs didn't reveal this information in her initial interviews with the prosecution because she was too busy with work and lacked knowledge of her own medicine. As such, Miss Child's memory lapse is entirely justified, and the prosecution's accusation of intentional concealment of information is purely hypothetical. Sorry, I'm just gonna... There, that's better. That'll be all, Your Honour. Very well, I understand. Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness? Yeah, of course I do. Please get started. Alright, Hachiman, let's see what you got. What you got for me? Okay, you didn't know what was in your prescription, huh? She didn't go because she wasn't sleeping. Thinking it was all painkillers might be reasonable, but you'd have to be a bit of a dunderhead to think that. Honor Chen described your state at the time as a bit agitated. Can you explain that? Because I told you I was drawing Catgirl for the zoo, and then they fire back and say cat is on a human isn't biologically possible, blah blah blah. Catgirl? What the heck are they worried about? What's biologically possible? Well, why would you be worried about what's biologically possible with catgirls? I wonder. Ugh. Then I spent all this time fixing it. They said, why would you have cat ears and human ears? It doesn't make sense for a tail to grow out from there and so on and so on. They were so annoying and picky about everything, I had to fix it over and over and over. If you got so many opinions, then tell me about after the rough draft, not after I'm already done with the final. It's not like I don't have a million other things to do. Right, get where you're mad. So freaking annoying. I was annoyed because the client asked me to draw a beast girl, then they were whining about unrealistic body parts. Fair enough. Please tell me the reason you sought medical treatment at the time. Because my hips hurt. I guess it's something a lot of artists get. Always sitting in a chair after a while my back and hips start to ache. If it gets really bad I can't even sleep. And my boobs are bigger than most people's too, so it's even worse. Sexual harassment. Hey, I didn't ask you about that. What are you objecting for? Does your bust size have anything to do with this case, Miss Childs? I guess not. Maybe I said too much. Then we'll delete that part of your testimony. Alright, sorry. I saw the doctor because my hips hurt. A lot of artists have that problem. Now, that's not true, because we know she saw the doctor for strong period pains. You said you went to the doctor because your hips hurt, right? Yeah, that's common with artists. I'd like to present evidence 013. Miss Childs, I've actually procured a copy of your medical records. And you went to a gynecologist too. Why would you see an obgyn for hip pain? Oh, no, I forgot. I was seeing so many doctors around that I totally forgot which one it was. So, you forgot about the sleeping pills. Now you forgot about why you saw the doctor. How many things are you going to forget, Miss Childs? Actually, what things do you even remember? Hey there, Arnold. How are you doing? Welcome in. My point is this. How credible is the person in front of us, really? Can we believe anything she says? Since she's forgotten two very important things in the span of 3 interviews, I'd say the answer is clear. Hello there, Nartacord. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. That'll be all, Your Honour. Very well. Now then, who's the next witness? It is Hoss. Name and occupation? It is Zelda Hoss, detective from the 4th Criminal Investigation Division. Everyone's favourite lesbian. Yeah, we already know that, like, Zoe's going to have tempted her with, like, dinner. Because Zelda is very, very, very easy to persuade like that. Okay. Have the police investigated the suspects' homes? Of course, all of them. Okay. Could you please give a detailed report on your investigation into the defendant's home? Defendant lives on the first floor of a 4-storey townhouse with 4 bedrooms and 2 shared living spaces together. She lives there with her parents, grandparents, and brother. She has her own room which faces outside to a fire escape alleyway. Okay. Have the police confirmed the defendant's alibi with the family? Yep. Defendant's mother says they were late dinner together around 7, then the defendant went to her room to work, only coming out around 8:40 to use the bathroom. Defendant's grandparents also confirmed this. Okay. Her grandparents always stayed in the living room until about 11 every night, and would have seen her if she came out. Okay. Have the police verified whether we can trust the family's alibi? We did find something suspicious. None of the family went by the defendant's room while she was in it, and no one knows what she was doing in there. In other words, the family can only prove that the defendant didn't come out into the living room, but can't prove she never left her room. So we checked whether the defendant could have exited her room through the window, and it turns out she could. What's more, she wouldn't have been caught on any cameras. Uh-oh. Okay. Does any evidence support the defendant leaving through her bedroom window that night? Yeah, actually, there was roadwork outside the defendant's home that night, and we found a footprint in some wet concrete. We found shoes that matched the footprint of the defendant's room, as well as some concrete residue. Well, well, well. Then that concrete residue and the matching shoes proves the defendant left her room through the window that night. But why have a pair of outdoor shoes in your room? Why go out the window just so you can establish an alibi that your family would corroborate? The prosecution states the defendant was keeping those shoes in her room for this very occasion. Okay, very well. Does the defense want to cross-examine? No need. Prosecution statement has more holes than Swiss cheese. Alright. Next witness? Who is it? It's Amanda again. Illustrator at LILIEN Entertainment. Yep. Where were you from 7 to 10 on the night of April 20th? I was at home working. In your room? Ah, that was a leading question. Damn it. Where were you working at home? I was working in my room. And what kind of work was that? I was streaming. Because I'm Karipa's real face. So there's no way you left your room since you were streaming, right? That's a leading question. Have you noticed the sound effect when she gets, like, dunked on has changed? Did you leave your room while you were streaming? No. When streaming, I have to be in front of my webcam at all times. I can't leave. Okay. Presenting evidence 012. As stated by my witness, there's no way she could have left her room that night since she was streaming. A stream is like a live broadcast. Host has to be present the entire time. Even if Miss Close's family can't confirm she was streaming, her viewers definitely can. I think this is supposed to be Miss Childs. Miss Close is my secretary, Zoe. Are you trying to tell me that my secretary is actually the real face of Kurumi? Oh god, I've underestimated her terribly. As you know by now, Your Honor, we have multiple people claiming to be Kuripa's real face, all of whom can log on to Kuripa's account at any time. The defense testimony just now cannot prove she is Kuripa's only real face. Let me remind you, Mr. Truth, as the prosecution, confirming Kuripa's real face is your responsibility. Until you can prove who Kuripa's real face is for sure, I have no responsibility to prove that Miss Childs is the only one. Really? She's talking about the presumption of innocence. If we can't produce clear contradictory evidence, we can't question or request the defendant to provide their own proof. Okay, agree with the defendant's statement. Did the prosecution not look into the identity of this real face? The Vtuber industry does its best to keep real face identities a secret, Your Honor. We're still doing our best to find out who it is. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear, I'm so sick of this cough, guys. It's really been kicking my ass lately. We've actually applied for a search warrant from the court, but for some reason we haven't heard back. We hope to receive an answer soon. I suppose we have our own responsibilities too. However, we have thoroughly investigated Kurumi and would like to cross-examine the witness now, Your Honor. Alright, very well. You may cross-examine the witness. What are you going to do? Don't worry, in the defense line we can break her guard. Okay, we can do that. Okay. Press on details about Kurumi. Hey Zach, how you doing? Just swinging by. No worries, no worries. Good to see you. And whatever it is that you're up to, I hope that you're enjoying it. Actually, you'll be on your lunch break, wouldn't you? Like, normally that's when you swing by, is like, in a weekday, it's like when you're on your lunch break, so, whatever work's got for you, I hope it's, not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting better. Cough's still there, but we get there one day at a time. Right, give me details about Kurumi. So if you're Kuripa's real face, you must know everything there is to know about her. Of course I do. I'm her mum too. Kuripa's my precious daughter I birthed on my very own. What does the witness mean saying she's Kuripa's mum? In the VTuber scene, a VTuber's artist is considered its mum. The witness is just saying she understands Kurumi well since she drew her. Right, that's what I mean. Okay, I understand. May the prosecution please continue. Yeah, I hope she didn't birth Kurumi. That would be painful. I sound chipper. My energy levels are definitely coming back. I had to stay off out of the office again today, but that was largely because I thought I was coming down with something. My temperature keeps on fluctuating up and down quite wildly, but I'm back in the gym. I can burn some energy off. So, yeah, things are improving. Yeah. Okay. What was the stream about the night of the murder? We were just talking about this and that, reading some marshmallows we've been meaning to get to. Anything particularly noticeable happen? Noticeable? Is something wrong? Why ask me that? So I can be sure you're the real face. Let me jog your memory a bit. That night you read 23 marshmallows. I have the records here. Would you be able to tell me what the very last marshmallow was about? Is there a problem? One of them was asking how much money I've saved. I told him I'm a virus, money has no meaning to me. And since I'm a virus, I could turn my bank account into trillions of dollars if I wanted to. That's the marshmallow I remember most from that night. There were no marshmallows about her bank account from that night. Got it, thanks. I understand, thank you for answering. So there's no marshmallow of that sort. Interesting. I guess we're going to present the marshmallows. Wow, she is really easy to break. So on the stream April 20th, you said the marshmallow you remember the best was about your savings, right? Yeah. Miss Charles, it's really not a good look to lie in court. I don't know what you're talking about. 23 marshmallows. Not one was about your savings. I think you already know that, don't you? No one mentioned saving money at all then. Could it be that you have no idea what that night's marshmallows were about? In fact, the prosecution even holds more proof that Mr. Childs isn't Karipa's real face. Can we please bring our next witness to the stand, Your Honour? Sure, whatever you like. Okay, it's Sophie. What's she gonna do? I tell you what, guys, I've been ruined by the internet. I see this here, and all my mind pictures is that Bakusheen gif. Oh no. Oh, the internet was a mistake. So is Mr. Chicken Nugget getting justice, Jay? Well, we're going to try. We haven't got him justice yet, but we're slowly uncovering nuggets of truth. Name and occupation? Sophia Law, Lillian Entertainment's talent manager. Okay. Yeah, we're currently going back through the chapters. So our first playthrough, we got a bad end. So now we go through the chapters and see if we can uncover the truth. Okay. Prove Amanda Childs had an unnatural response about a collab she took part in. Do you remember Karipa's stream from April 1st, Miss Law? Do we have anything about that? Sure, we don't have a sponsor. And it was April Fool's Day, so I remember it pretty well. What was the sponsor that night? The sponsor was a mobile game publisher. They had Kuripa playing a Bishoujo game and doing gacha pulls. Okay. Did anything noteworthy happen during the stream? Yeah, Kuripa kept describing the weapons as sausages and bananas, which shocked a lot of viewers. Oh, that's this. Received the wrong script. You got a 95% of the school test. Nice. That study paid off. Good job. Good job. 95% is a hell of a score. Well, you should be proud of that. Does that qualify as an incident? Yeah, it was super annoying. Oh, excuse me. My uncaffeinated ass. Since I'm Karipa's PR, I was arguing with the sponsor for ages. It was a huge pain. Okay. What's the... do any of your co-workers know about this? Yeah, I complained to everyone about it. Is the defendant included in everyone? Yeah, Amanda included. You really like complaining. Do you remember what she said? She said she got drunk the night before, so she missed it. Oh. So everyone was discussing the incident that happened on Karipa's stream, but Miss Child said she missed it. Pretty strange for someone that claims to be Karipa's real face, huh? That'll be all, Your Honour. Okay, I understand the prosecution's statement. What's wrong? You got a pretty serious look on your face. Don't you feel like this was all just too easy? Too easy, was it? Sophie's cooperating a lot more than I thought she would. Well, she's your witness. Shouldn't she be cooperating? But she claims to be Karipa's real face too. Just now she didn't talk about being a real face at all. She only said she was a manager. I don't get it. So now she's claiming she's not a real face? No, she didn't say she wasn't. That's why I think this is so strange. Oh yeah, why is she being so cooperative? Are you listening, Mr. Truth? Yeah, I'm listening. Then please call your next witness to the stand. Alright, sure. Defense doesn't want to cross-examine yet again. Excuse me. You don't need to give us your job title every time, Amanda. The prosecution mentioned your stream on April 1st. Do you remember it? Yeah, of course. Is it true you were drunk? Yeah, because I have to be really energetic on stream, so sometimes drinking helps. So you were streaming while drunk? That question is not against the rules. Ow. Yeah. Why did you describe the game's weapons as bananas and sausages? Because I thought it'd make my fans laugh. Also, they get really excited if I say something pervy. I don't usually make sexual innuendos, but maybe because I was drunk. I don't know, I just suddenly wanted to. Did it get your fans excited then? That question's not against the rules either. Ow. Yeah, really excited. So were you trying to cover up your inappropriate behaviour by lying to Miss Law and saying you missed the stream? Aha! Now that is objectable. Yes! Why did you tell Mr. Law you missed the stream the day after? Because I drank too much, so I forgot. I actually forgot everything I said that day too, and I didn't remember until I watched the stream back. That's why I told Amanda I missed it. Well, well, well. It in fact was Miss Child streaming on the night of April the 1st. She only told Miss Law she wasn't there because she drank too much and forgot. Oh, Chibi. Invalidating the prosecution's hypothesis. I don't think the defence's statement has legs to stand on. They don't know what evidence we have, do they? I have a bad feeling about this. Why? I don't know, it's just... Prosecution may proceed with the cross-examination. Alright, got it. I wanted the stream to be more lively that night, so I drank a little. Then I said the game weapons looks like certain foods to get my fans excited, but I blacked out and forgot everything that happened, which is why I told Sophie I missed it the next day. Okay. Press on the metaphor about the weapon, because we already know they were described as bananas and sausages. So comparing the weapon to a sausage or banana was because you were drunk. She was drunk enough to make chicken. Chicken. I could go for some chicken right now. Yeah. I guess I drank too much this time, so I got a little silly. That's why I said that stuff about the weapons. I'm sorry to our sponsor. So you're sorry to the sponsor because you got drunk and called the game's weapons sausages and bananas. Am I getting this right? Yeah. Alright, got it. Don't see an issue there. Press on drinking before the stream. Does drinking before streams happen often? You have to be really energetic during a stream, so sometimes I do certain things to get myself in the mood beforehand. Some streamers sing, some do exercise, but I tend to just have a couple of drinks. Do you need to do this? I wouldn't say I need to, but everyone's here to watch and they want me to be hyped up, you know. So I have to do something to get in the mood. Sounds tough. Yeah, but it's my job. All I do is I can give them the best possible stream. Got it, thank you. Okay, I don't think we've got any evidence that contradicts this. Okay. Press on making the audience happy. Have I ever got a donation on stream? Yes, actually. Yeah. It used to happen more often on Twitch, but... No, I have actually, yeah. It's pretty cool. It's a good feeling. But at the same time, like... it's not the sort of thing I expect just because, like, I do this as a hobby, you know? So, like, anything anyone sends, like, yeah, it's cool. But... it's very much a case of, like, anything extra, I just put into Steam and use it to sort out, like, what games are going to be streaming. But then I've got Game Pass as well. There's, I think there was something that came onto Game Pass recently. Let me have a look. What was it again? Give me a second. Where was it? I'm sure I saw something that came onto Game Pass recently that looked good. Huh. I don't remember what it was. That's embarrassing. Can you explain why the sexual metaphors make the audience feel amused? Huh? Is something wrong? Because fans usually think their idol is really innocent. Curry doesn't usually ever say I don't think so. If she does, then... irrelevant. I'm trying to clarify the defense motive and how it connects to this case. Alright? While I understand your motivation here, I agree with the defense in that the witness has already made a position quite clear. The witness does not need to answer any further questions. What's up, not happy? No, everything's fine. Whatever you say. Okay. Sometimes saying pervy things gets my fans really excited. I think the complaints from Sophie are what we need to have a look at. Where was it? Hold on. Where was it? "3D model request?" No. Let's see what the complaints were. Do you remember what Sophie Law complained to you about? Sophie said she had a big argument with the sponsor because of what Kurumi said on stream. What did you say? I said I'm sorry I missed it. Let me get this straight then. You claimed to be Kuripa's real face, and Miss Law was complaining about something you said on stream, then you said, I'm sorry I missed it. Because I blacked out from drinking, I forgot. Do you really think that makes any sense? Malicious intent. Sustained. Consider your form of questioning, Mr. Truth. Oof. That's fine, I already got the info I wanted. I told Sophie I missed it because I was drunk that day and I couldn't really remember what happened. Do we have any evidence that goes towards that? Ah! I see. I think I see. So they received a bad script. I think it's this. I think it's the incident, because she got the wrong script. But Amanda didn't mention a script. There we go. These are the records of Sophie Law and the sponsor's conversation on April the 1st. Could I ask the witness to please read aloud the first line? It's a statement from the sponsor to Miss Law. This is hard for us to say, but we've accidentally mixed up Kuripa's stream guidelines with those meant for an adult game VTuber. So the real reason for Kuripa's sexual innuendos was a mix-up from the sponsor. If you were Kuripa's actual face, you'd know this. And so from this exchange with Miss Law and the sponsor, we know that drinking and exciting the fans are plain lies. From that, I think it should be abundantly clear that the defendant is not Kuripa's real face. As such, the defence's claim that Miss Charles was streaming that night does not hold water, can't be used as an alibi. That'll be all, Your Honour. Alright, seems we're one step closer to the truth. Who's the next witness? Yeah, my next witness is the last one. We'll continue looking into the defendant's motive. Okay, please call your witness to the stand. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Name and occupation? It's Prudence Weeks. She's in charge of merch production at LILIEN Entertainment. Okay. Do you recognise this image, Miss Weeks? Yeah, it's an adult doujinshi I found being sold on My Manga. Does LILIEN permit the sale of adult Kuripa merchandise? No, any adult Kuripa content isn't allowed since she looks like a minor. If Justin asked that question, I'd send him to fucking jail myself. What did you do once you found this manga? I reported it to my boss, I mean Mr. C. Do you remember when you reported it? On March 22nd, I don't remember the exact time. Okay. How did Mr. C react when you told him? He said he just wanted to talk to Amanda. Aren't we leaving something out here? Why did Mr. C want to talk to Amanda in the first place? Because Amanda was the one selling the adult content. Personal conjecture? We have evidence for this. Please continue, Miss Weeks. Aha. Side with the prosecution. Witness may continue. Okay. What did they talk about? Hey there, Rixia. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh. Speculation. Sustained. Witness need not answer. Ow. How'd you prove it was her? Usually fan-made stuff gets a lot of details wrong, but this one got everything right, including company secrets like the colour of Kuripa's underwear. Nobody would actually know this except for Kuripa's mummy, Amanda. That's why I thought it was her. Oh dear. As stated by the witness, the defendant broke the company rule against selling adult Kuripa content. The victim wanted to talk to the defendant about it, which soon led to his murder. Is this timing or coincidence, or does it point towards the defendant's motive and guilt? That'll be all, Your Honour. Was this the prosecution's final witness? Yes, Your Honour. Alright, I understand the prosecution's claim, but this evidence has got to sway the judge a little bit. Forget it, let's keep going. Would the defence like to skip a cross-examination? No, as a matter of fact, I want to cross-examine the witness. Oh. Very well, defence may begin their cross-examination. Thanks, Your Honour. Okay. You mentioned information only Kuripa's mother would know, but then you also know about it. Ah, it's not against the rules. Super, isn't it? Okay, fair enough. Seeing that you're in charge of Creeper merch, could you not also create this adult content? Oh, that's a leading question, surely. Malicious intent. Hypothetical. Sustained. Witness need to answer the question. Eat shit, Zoe Dunn. Please explain how you know about the nuances of Karipa's design. Well, I designed the merch, so I have to know about that stuff. Actually, everyone in the company has access to Karipa's design layouts, so... It's just Karipa's mum you'd be most familiar with them. Also, I'm not as good an artist as Amanda. Karipa's original main colour scheme is green. If I had to guess, I'd also guess her underwear are neon green. I think it's a bit of a stretch that only a company employee would be able to come up with that information. You got to be asleep by 9:40. Hypothetical. Sustained. Apart from the colour of Karipa's panties, is there anything else that points to a LILIEN employee creating that own comic? Well, in the manga, when Karipa takes off her jacket, there's a detail on the back of her shirt that's never been released to the public. Let me go back a million steps here. Let's say an employee really did draw it. You chose to go straight to your boss before checking with them? Questions against the rules? It seems like a leading question. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm sometimes in bed by 20 to 10, to be fair. Sometimes you just need an early night. That's probably why I sound chipper today, because I actually slept over the weekend. But I didn't get up at 5 in the bloody morning to do, like, level design stuff for curiosity. Incidentally, I have titled my Brainstorm Stage 2nd ROM hack as Sequality. What a terrible name. Let me... Okay. Didn't you think that would completely betray all their trust in you? That's against the rules, surely. Hypothetical, yeah. Could you please explain why you went directly to Mr. C with your concerns? Looking out for illegal adult merch is part of my job, so... And I don't like talking to people. So I just went to Mr. C. Can you please speak normally? That's me! Intimidation or threat of the witness? Witness need not answer the question. There's one thing I want to ask. Can you explain how reporting an employee's breach of the rules has anything to do with said employee having a motive for murder? That question's... Oh, it's not against the... Yeah. Ow. That's not what I just meant Amanda might have been selling to Jinshi. Oh, she's crying. Might have been. So you're still not 100% sure, is that right? Malicious intent. I'm done with my questions. The witness can't confirm that Amanda Charles was the one who broke company protocol, and her reason for reporting directly to her boss is hazing. The witness also can't provide a clear motive for why Amanda Charles would murder her boss. Forcing this tenuous connection is a failing of the prosecution. That'll be all, Your Honour. There's a big difference from before, right? I feel like she was able to tap right into Prudence Week's insecurities and jump on the attack. The judge realised we don't even have evidence too. This isn't good. No, it's not. Might hurt our believability going forward. Are you an idiot? She's the opposition's witness. But you don't need to be so mean. Prudence is cute. This isn't my first rodeo, right? If everyone would just be honest with me, defending my clients would be very easy. But everyone loves hiding important information, so I've developed my own way of doing things. Or are you saying there's nothing you've hidden from me? This is why I hate public defense. Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit. Hold on a minute. I need to send a message to someone real quick. Holy shit, man. Is there a problem between the defense and the defendant? No, it's been sorted. Before the last witness comes to the stand, I'd like to give a basic response to the prosecution's claim. Oh? Okay, very well. The prosecution does have credible evidence to doubt Ms. Child's claim of being Karipa's real face. The defense admits that Amanda Charles is not the real face and as such withdraws the claim. Do I have a second monitor? I have 3. So, I've got this one over here, which is where the game is. I've got this one here, which is where OBS is. And up there, I've got monitors for both sides of my stream. So I monitor Twitch on this monitor over here, and then up there, I've got my YouTube monitors. So yeah, I've got 3 monitors, and then when I'm doing my day job, that monitor's off, and my work laptop is up there. So I actually technically have 4 screens facing towards me at any one time, but only 3 of them are ever in use at any one time. I have been tempted to see if I can get a 4th screen working, but I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. Like 4 monitors at once. It'd be really stupid, but... Okay. What? Do you have something to say? Does this mean you're withdrawing the defense's original alibi? Yeah, but this doesn't mean my client's a killer and we still hold a position of innocence. Okay. Defense has more claims to make? Yeah, and to those ends, I'd like to bring my last witness. It's Zelda Hoss, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. She always betrays us in the end. So essentially you got a date with me. that bit always gets me. The defense has the floor. May the prosecution please be quiet. Sorry. I'll get you for this, Hoss. Name and occupation? Zelda Hoss, detective from the 4th Criminal Investigation Division. It is. According to the police investigation, victim arrived at the office at 7 PM on the night of April 20th. The current estimated time of death is between 9:50 and 11:30, right? Leading question. Oh, that was a leading question. Fuck you. Right. Has the police investigated why the victim was hanging around the office outside of normal office hours? We originally thought the victim had a habit of staying late at the office. This morning came into some new information. Please look at this. Okay. Police checked Karipa's messaging apps. She has a lot of deleted messages, including those with the victim. Screenshot of those messages just shown was taken from a social media platform this morning. We asked one of our IT guys to check its authenticity, and he confirmed the screenshot was not doctored. We think it shows some of Karipa's messages before they were deleted. You said it was found on social media. How'd you find it? We scrub the internet for specific keywords every day, especially regarding Karipa's case, given how big it's become. This specific screenshot was posted by someone who goes by the name Operator A, spread around the net like wildfire. Okay, have you looked into this Operator A? Of course. We're able to uncover their identity, though. Seems we use a lot of anti-tracking software. That said, we did find another piece of information online. Take a look. Yep, we remember this. According to these conversation records, on April the 14th, Mr. C and Karipa got into a heated argument, with Karipa even mentioning the idea of leaving the company. And have the authorities investigated the possibility of Karipa being the culprit? We haven't. We figure Karipa is a virtual phenomenon, more of a concept than anything, not the focus of the case. And for my last question, have you looked into who Karipa's real face is? Unfortunately, while we've looked into it, we still don't have a clue. Okay, thank you. The victim had an appointment with Karipa, which is why he stayed late in the office that night. This is new important information we know for sure. Did Karipa's real face enter the office? Did she see Mr. C get murdered? Does her argument have anything to do with this case? The defence argues the prosecution must immediately change the direction of their investigation and look into the possibility of Karipa's real face being involved in this crime. Now I see where she let her testify. She never believed Charles was Karipa's real face. She let her make that abundantly clear, so we were pushed into finding the real face ourselves. Fallen right into her trap. She's a crafty one. Now what? She's totally messed up our claim. Wait a second. Are you saying you think Karipa's the killer? High possibility. Now please calm down. No, please change your strategy. Please relax, Miss Charles. I'm not saying Karipa's guilty, but judging from the current information we have, please change your strategy. Would you please shut up? Who do you think I'm trying to defend here? This is a courtroom, not a playground. Keep quiet and stop interrupting. Fine, I'm an idiot, okay? I don't understand the law. And I'm a liar. I'm not Karipa's real face, but I have people I'm trying to protect, okay? So if you need to go in this direction, then I at least know how I can make your life harder. Because Mr. C's real killer is... Shut up! Guards, break this up. I'm a detective. Can I do it? Yeah, just somebody stop this. Got it. Don't worry, pretty girl. I'm coming to save you. Who's this nut job? Okay, I think everyone needs to calm down a bit, so I'm calling a 10-minute break. Hey, where are you touching? Was Amanda Charles about to say she's the killer? I think so. If she did that, though, it would make things very difficult for us. She just said there are people she needs to protect. Was she referring to Kurumi? Probably. So much that she turned herself in as the murderer? Why'd she do that? Maybe she's just too naive. Yikes. Who knows what'll happen from here on out? Court's about to begin. I guess we're about to find out. You know what this music reminds me of? It reminds me of the music from what's it called? It's an area in Trials of Mana. Hold on, is it the? It's just outside Castle City Jad, isn't it? Castle City Jad. And then so what was like south of Jad? It was the forest, wasn't it? What was it called again? Hold on. It is the Raybite Forest, okay. Yeah, it sounds like the Raybite Forest music from Trials of Mana. Yeah. I might try and see if there's a way to get Trials of Mana music into my next ROM hack, actually. That'd be kind of cool. Like, imagine if you could get high tension wire as a boss music. That would go so fucking hard. Oh my god. Before we get started, let me ask Miss Dunn, are you okay? I'm fine, thank you, Your Honor. That crazy detective has already been taken away. I shouldn't have asked her to intervene, my apologies. It's okay, it's her own fault. But you're going on a date with her, Zoe Dunn. How dare you? Well then, will the defence please state their claim? Yeah, regarding the defence's final witness, we're rescinding her testimony. Rescinding? That doesn't comply with our procedures. I know, but there were some circumstances I couldn't control. I know testimony has already been logged, but we will be going forwards as if it never happened. I'm sure the prosecution realises this helps their case, so I'm sure they won't object. What is the prosecution's response? If this is what the defence wants, we're not against it. We also waive our right to a cross-examination, to cross-examine Miss Haas. Alright, well if the prosecution agrees, then let's move on to our next witness. We don't have any more witnesses, Your Honour. Then both sides may give their closing remarks. Okay. Let's count up how many lies the defendant told. She lied about not having sleeping pills, about being in her room, and about being Kuripa's real face, of course. And what was she hiding with all those lies? And why was Mr. C holding Amanda Child's nameplate in his hand when he died? What's he trying to tell us? Violating company regulations and being caught by a boss gave the defendant motive for murder, making her very suspicious. None of the prosecution's evidence was direct evidence, meaning it wasn't enough to prove my client killed Mr. C. He couldn't even produce a murder weapon. And while I admit my client was lying about being Kuripa's real face, the prosecution's evidence does not prove that Miss Childs went to the scene of the crime that night. I'm also against the prosecution's claim that Miss Childs being caught for selling unsanctioned art comics would be motivation for murder, and it is my understanding that Miss Childs and Mr. C were able to work this out. And I think that there are suspects in this case more worthy of investigation than my client. It would be smart for the prosecution to change their focus towards these actors immediately. Okay, very well. This court has determined there are too many unresolved factors. Okay, yep, so we need to go and get hard evidence. Court's adjourned. Same outcome as always, ultimately. Okay. So, the question now, right? Chapter 4 is only at 89%. Why is that? How do we get Chapter 4 to 100%? That's the question, because I think... So at the moment we've got Amanda as the accusee. But at the moment we can't accuse anyone other than Kuripa in this. Right. Probably because she's the one that we took to trial last time. So... let's see what Secretary Close reckons. Need to ask about Operator A. So we can accuse Sophie. I'm pretty sure we looked at this last time, didn't we? Very curious. I think we asked all the employees about like everything, didn't we? We haven't watched the stream VOD back, have we? Let's watch this back. I want to see if there's any extra information we can get from this. This is the story. We'll skip through the story. If we don't chat, Curry can't prove this was a live stream. That's whatever you want. Can play hide and seek when we prosecute the truth. Maybe I'll show up as Kurumi during the next hearing. Yeah. You know how to reach me. Catch me if you can. Yeah. That didn't give me any new information, but she said you know how to reach me. Does Kurumi herself have... Does she have a social media presence directly? I don't think I've seen you before. Are you new? You chap, don't touch my ears. What if at the end the game says that you killed Mr. Chicken, your character has schizophrenia? I'd be surprised by that. I'd be very surprised by that, to be honest. Because, like, so far, it very much seems like... I mean, the game is quite self-aware, but I don't think they'd pull something like that. I don't think they'd pull something like that, to be fair. Like, I have seen stories do that sort of thing before. This doesn't feel like one of them, though. Show more? Yeah, Kurumi doesn't actually have her own Twitter account, which is a bit weird. Doodly-doo. Oh, catch me if you can. Prosecutor, try me. Interesting. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Wow, they are very cross with me. They are very cross with me. Okay. Well. You gotta go, Jay. Yeah, no worries. Sleep well, and don't forget to keep working hard. Give yourself a little pat on the back for that 95% test result as well, because that's baller. You did good there. Not now, Snack. Snack is not now. What an amazing user handle. Okay. I don't think there's anything useful here. The Reaper observation diary? Maybe there's something in here? Oh, we've already looked at this. Yeah, we've already seen that. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Okay. Is there anything else at all? I don't think there is. Daily moments? No. Memes? Nope. This game is so fun. These are all the, like, mates of Lilien, so cool. Not useful to what we're doing right now in terms of trying to find the killer, but still cool. Most promising VTuber? That's, like, these guys, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Don't think there's anything useful here. Can I... Is there a message feature here? We've already looked through all of these. Let's ask Secretary Close again. Chat's not filled out. So what VTubers do you usually watch? Why, I don't think they're stupid. Just curious. I watch English ones usually. Why? Timing, I think. VTubers usually stream late at night, so English ones go during our afternoon. That's why I can watch them at work. Usually watch singing ones, and if I like their voice, I'll keep on while they're chatting for background noise. Doesn't that affect your work? If I need to focus, I'll turn it off, but some secretarial work is pretty low brain. Can you give me any recommendations? No? Now you're interested. Yeah, kinda. Nah, I should be getting paid ad review for that. Seriously? Are you close with the defense attorney? You mean Zoe Dunn? Yeah, not particularly. We just run into each other in court from time to time. Zoe's pretty famous in the biz, you know, despite how fierce she can be. As far as she's concerned, her clients are not guilty and she won't rest until that's the verdict. She's a lot harder to deal with than most attorneys. So you're close. How'd you come to that conclusion? If you're so intimidated by her, why don't you just go be a defense attorney? No way, being an attorney is way too hard. Pfft. Okay. Oh, were these the bits that, Are these the bits that we were missing? Hold on. No. Okay. That's fine. Hey Emily, what do VTubers have to use an avatar anyway? They can just be themselves. This again. I just want to hear your thoughts. Well, at least you asked differently than last time. You know women are always anxious about their appearance, right? Sure, I guess. Well, if VTuber lets someone interact with the world without having to worry about their actual appearance, you don't have to worry if you're skinny or fat, didn't put on makeup, whether you look good in front of the camera. You just focus on your game or chat or song, whatever you're doing. It becomes about you and not what you look like. Alright? That's not all of it, of course, but I'm just trying to explain it in a way you'll understand. I mean, you also get to work at home, you can keep your identity a secret, you get to play games and be an anime character and all that. I heard about a girl with a compromised immune system who became one of the most influential VTubers out there, for example. Mousy mention. I tell you something. When Vexpo Year 1 said, hey, we've got Iron Mouse headlining night 1 of our opening concert, everyone was just like, really? I was like, no, they genuinely did. They genuinely did. Yeah. Kind of hope she comes back for Year 3. She wasn't attending at Year 2 as a guest, but maybe she'll come back for Year 3. It looks like she's going to be bigger. I mean, there's no way Mousy would ever pay attention to a little slug like me, but if Mousy was ever to see this, you're welcome to come to any of the UK conventions, should you so fancy. Always welcome to chill in the UK. Yeah. Just going to throw that out there. So it's a new way for people of all sorts to interact with the world they might be otherwise not be able to engage with. I guess it's human interaction all the same, right? Right. But why is everyone so drawn to the virtual world? Well, that's because that's where Digimon live, and some Digimon, like Anjumon, are hot. You should probably pretend that I didn't say anything. Okay? Maybe because the real world is a cold, cruel place. Is it, though? She hot, though? She is. And, Lady Devimon? 10 out of 10. Here, this is what I think. Kids who have difficult childhoods are more likely to escape into a world of imagination. Whether that's comics, music, games, novels, what you call the virtual world, it's another form of imagination. It gives people the hope and love they're missing from the real world. I think that's why people are drawn to it. Technically a cat girl as well. Erixia, you've given me much to ponder. Many orbs. Requiring a hecaponder. Yeah. Oh. Of course, sometimes people get too obsessed and too caught up in these worlds, as you can imagine. Are you like that? What? I mean, don't you really like watching anime? My situation is a little different. When I was a kid, the boy I liked recommended a manga to me. I read it so I'd have something to talk to him about. Then I actually started to like it, so I read more manga. But the crappy thing is, as I dove deeper into that world, he dug himself out of it until he couldn't even remember the whole thing and made fun of me for being a nerd. Well, that's not cool. Super not cool, right? But overall, yeah, I feel the warmth of that imaginary world. I haven't disconnected from the real world either. Yeah, that's pretty much the impression I got since we were in school. Oh, right, my mum asked you if you wanted to come in for dinner this weekend. This weekend? Sure. Oh. Oh. Chat's all full. Now that is curious. Still at 89% though. Do we have to accuse someone else? Let's see what she reckons. Looks like we have to try and take on one of the three. Alright. I mean, I guess that's the plan then. But let's have a look at the evidence as well. Didn't we have something about... And the thing is, we already know who the real face is. Now, I have a theory, right? The dagger was found behind Misty and Prudence's apartment. There is a small amount of cat hair around the victim's desk, right? Now, sleeping pills. Take sleeping pills. Cat hair around the thing. Took her cat out that night to abandon them. Literally abandoned their cat on the night of the murder. I think it's Misty. I think it's Misty. I wonder if I can accuse her. I think we're gonna roll the dice here. Let's see if this works. Not enough motive for this accusation to stick? Maybe we don't have enough information just yet. Do we have to accuse Sophie? I convinced myself for a second then. Alright, I guess we're taking Sophie on then. So we're taking her on the basis of... what was it she said? It's the life insurance policy and... There's a life insurance policy and I think the... meeting with her boyfriend. It was the boyfriend meeting. Alright. Let's take Callie to court. Yeah, this can't go wrong. I don't think it's her, though. Court's about to begin. Now what? Me too. Can you hold my hand? You'll feel better if I hold your hand. Then of course I will. Sorry, I didn't think you'd really hold it. Huh? Well, if you're not nervous anymore, I don't even want to hold it. Jerk. Thanks, I'm not that nervous anymore. That's good. Anyway, we definitely have enough evidence this time. This killer has taken things far enough. We have to catch him and bring him to justice. Hearing that makes me feel a little better. I'll try my best too. We got this. When I was going to the bathroom, I bumped into Sophie. Oh. Oh? We've not seen this CG before. I shouldn't have seen it before the trial, so things were a little awkward. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was suddenly covered in a cold sweat. I'd never seen that look in her eyes before. I thought maybe I'd never really seen her true self before. And I also thought that maybe I've made the right decision. Okay. This court will now convene with the matter of the death of LILIEN Entertainment CEO, Mr. C. Counsel be seated. Counsel for the prosecution and defence, are you ready? Yep, we're ready. And defence is ready. Okay? Both sides may state their position. This is a murder that only someone familiar with the victim could commit. The killer understood the officer's security system, deleted all related messages and left behind very few tracks. But with the help of the police, we were able to uncover two very important pieces of evidence, the killer's motive and their connection with the murder weapon. The prosecution will present all relevant evidence to explain how this carefully planned murder was carried out. Can we really convict someone of a murder through simple deduction alone? The prosecution's explanation of how the murder was carried out flies directly in the face of Miss Law's actions. If the prosecution can't surpass reasonable doubt, then the defence can only continue to support Miss Law's innocence. The defence will enumerate one by one each flaw in the prosecution's statement. Yeah, if you think you can. Okay, may the first witness take the stand. It's Zelda, again. Name and occupation? Yeah, we know what you do, Zeldy. We know what you do, Zeldy. Other than perv on the girls. I'd like to present evidence 047. Who is this? This is Owen Green. As per investigation, he's a college student. Okay. These names are getting ridiculous. What's his relationship to the defendant? Owen Green? How's that? We learned from his socials he's Miss Laura's boyfriend. Speculation? No. There's a reason we didn't summon him to the stand, which will explain in due time. Did the court receive our application? Yeah, I did receive that application. Please continue, witness. We've already confirmed with Miss Law the identity of her boyfriend. Okay. Why were you investigating him? At one point we expanded our search around Sophie Law's apartment building. On the night of the murder at 8:47, 8:56 and 9:22, Mr. Green was caught on CCTV. Judging from what happened before and after, it's very possible Mr. Green went to Miss Law's apartment. Okay. Does any other evidence suggest they met each other that night? Yeah, we've dusted for prints around Miss Law's apartment and found some of Mr. Green's. His prints along with Miss Law's were found on the emergency staircase railings. We hypothesised that the two of them spent a considerable amount of time on that staircase, maybe just hanging out and chatting. Okay. Does he have any records that might be related to the case? Have you tried contacting him? We can't find him. His contact information is all fake and he rarely posts about his whereabouts. After some snooping, we found that his family is in considerable debt. We confirmed that debt with Mr. Law, but she wouldn't tell us anything else about him. Interesting. Let's review the defendant's movements that night. At 9:02, Mr. Law walked to her elevator, then mysteriously walked back to her apartment without ever getting on. Then we found her and her boyfriend's fingerprints all around the emergency staircase. Comparing that to when Mr. Grimm was caught on camera, it's very possible the two of them met up on the night of the murder. That'll be all, Your Honour. Okay, understand prosecution's statement. Defence can now cross-examine. She's waving. Okay. Prosecution's grabbed someone unrelated to this case with hopes of muddling up our already muddled perceptions. Next witness will help clear all this up. Alright. Bring him to the stand. Is it Sophie? It is. Okay. It's Sophie, talent manager at LILIEN. Okay. Prosecution just mentioned a Mr. Owen Green. Do you know this man? Yes. Mind telling us who he is? My boyfriend. Did you see this person on April the 20th? Yes, we saw each other on the emergency staircase outside my apartment a little after 9. And does your boyfriend have anything to do with the murder of Mr. C? Leading question. Why keep this a secret until now? My boyfriend's family has got into some trouble lately. He doesn't want anyone to know where he is, so I didn't say anything. I don't think he has anything to do with this case. Oh! Speculation. Sustained, witness need not answer. But that wasn't... She speculated. She's the one who speculated, Secretary Coates. What are you... What did you talk about in the staircase? He told me his family owes money and they're being harassed by debt collectors. He said we probably won't be able to see each other for a while. He wanted to see me one more time before we went into hiding. He said he'd be fine, that I shouldn't worry about it. What did you do once he left? I went back to my room and kept working. Did you go out anywhere else on the night of April 20th? Nope, I was really busy, so I stayed home working, didn't go anywhere else. Thank you. Okay. As we can see, this boyfriend the prosecution dug up has nothing to do with Mr. C's murder. That'll be all, Your Honour. Okay. Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness? Yes, I will. Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay. Let's see if we can nail this. Owen Green is my boyfriend. He saw me that night to tell me his family was in debt and he wouldn't be able to see me again for a while. After he left, I went back to my room and kept working. Okay. What did you talk about? Can you describe in more detail what you talked about? His dad's factory went under, they owed a lot of money. So they're running away from debt collectors. How did that make you feel? I felt really bad for him. It's not like he personally owed the money, it was his dad's fault. But I didn't seem to get him down. He was facing it head on. Still, it was hard for me to watch. What's your relationship with Mr. Green like? Pretty close. I like him. So if you could help him, you would? What do you want me to say? Listen, I'll be direct. Mr. C's death and Owen's death have nothing to do with each other. And there's nothing I could do to help his family, even if I wanted to. Killing Mr. C wouldn't have reduced their debt in any way. Oh, I beg to differ. Because if we look at the primary beneficiary... Oh. She made it too easy. Presenting evidence 014. Let us look back for a moment. The defendant and the victim were a couple at one point, weren't they? The victim also listed the defendant as a beneficiary on his life insurance policy. Now, if the defendant were to receive a payout in the case of Mr. C's death, then she could theoretically help her boyfriend's family pay their debt. Is there any other meaning? He's my boyfriend. You asked whether or not I wanted to help him. Well, of course I do. Am I supposed to say I don't want to help him? I just wanted to confirm it with you. But that doesn't mean I plan on paying off his family's debt, okay? Oh, she's mad. She big mad. Calm down. Please control your emotions, Mr. Law. Why do I have to do anything? He's the one harassing me. Please give a closing statement, Mr. Truth. Alright? The defendant was a benefactor on the victim's life insurance, which means she'd receive a payout in the event of his death. Her boyfriend's family is also in debt. That'll be all, Your Honour. Okay, understand. Now then, who's the next witness? The next witness helps us explain the defendant's motive. Okay, bring him in. His Honour. Okay. Honor Chen, digital modeler. Alright. What's she going to tell us? Where were you on April 18th? Went to the office for a bit around 6. Okay. What were you doing there? There was a file on my office computer I forgot to upload, so I wouldn't do that. What kind of file? Does that matter? I think I went off topic. That's different then. Was anyone else there? Mr. C and Sophia Law, I heard them having a very intense conversation in the meeting room. I didn't see them, I don't think they knew I was there. Please tell us what you heard. I just heard them talking about our first course of budget. Sophie's blamed Mr. C for spending too much money on my daughter, specifically that a new outfit cost too much, with way too many unnecessary expressions. But Mr. C said it was worth it to expand the possibilities of her streams or something. Sophie just said she'd never use those new expressions, and it was a waste to spend that much money on them. I think Mr. C wanted to keep talking, but Sophie just shut the conversation down, saying you better not spend that much next time. Was there anything particularly noteworthy you remember? There was just something off about the whole thing. I guess you'd say they were arguing, but Sophie was really calm about the whole thing. Then while I was just about to leave, Sophie said something that stuck in my mind. It's fine, this was the last time anyway. I heard her say that. Oh. The defendant and the victim had differing views on how to spend the company budget. Just before she left, the defendant said this was the last time anyway. How would she have known it really would be the last time? These are things we need to find out. What a joke. So I work hard and suddenly that makes me a murderer? Oh. Can't you object or something? I think you need to calm down. Why should I calm down? Can't you see that prosecutor's whole statement is completely illogical? Why should I sit here and let myself be called a murderer for such a stupid reason? You know, for a defense attorney, you're pretty crap at defending. Maybe we should find someone else if you're just going to stay silent. I'm staying silent because the prosecution's statement is full of holes. Now, since you obviously know nothing about being a defense attorney, would you kindly shut your mouth? Wow! Order in the court. Judge is actually cross. Please maintain a modicum of professionalism, Miss Dunn, and refrain from engaging in shouting matches with the defendant. Very sorry, Your Honour. Mr. Law, arguing with your attorney will hurt your chances for a favourable outcome. Please keep calm, abide by our rules, and try to work together with Miss Dunn. As if there's any point. If you have an issue with the prosecution's statement, please voice that opinion properly when it is your turn to do so. Okay. Now, will the defence cross-examine the witness? The defence waives the right. Oh yeah, is that how it is? Trust your client? What a joke. I can't rely on anybody but myself. I get it now. I totally get it. Hey, Hades, welcome in. How you doing? I think Sophie's about to have a breakdown. Please calm down, Mr. Law. Sorry. I'll calm down and play nice. Then may the defence bring their next witness to the stand. You missed the stream once again. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. You're super lost in this game. So we are doing the final trial, but this time we've accused Sophie instead of Kurumi. So I'm interested to see how this goes, but Sophie is starting to unravel a little bit. Did you go to the office on April the 18th? Yeah, I went there to teach our boss a lesson. You mean you disagreed with the boss on the way the company's being run? Leading question. What were you arguing with Mr. C about? Him spending too much money. Curry's new outfit went way over budget. Too much on cover songs too. The money we spent on Curry for the first quarter went 3 times over budget. Of course I'm mad about that. Curry's strength is her curiosity when playing a new game, a sense of immersion, how charismatic she is. Curry didn't need any of these upgrades. Mr. C only added them because he wanted to. Do you not understand that? Because I personally don't understand how any of that gives me a motive to commit murder. The prosecution's witness just said you seem calm when talking to Mr. C. I have a predisposition to heart attacks. What? When I get too mad, I have to remind myself to calm down. I could really hurt myself. Like right now, for example. Did you say to Mr. C while leaving, it's fine that this was the last time anyway? Maybe. I don't remember. I always tell him it'll be the last time we argue. I would tell him that next time too if he was still alive. I didn't think that'd be something that would get me in trouble. Is that a good enough answer for you, just in truth? Okay. Basically, Hades, it could be any of them at this point. Like, genuinely, it could be any of them. As we just heard from Mr. Law, their argument about LILIEN's budget was not personal. Oops. It was solely from the perspective of the company's bottom line. As such, the defence sees no relation to the case. That'll be all, Your Honour. Okay, understand. Are you feeling well enough to be cross-examined, Mr. Law? Yeah, thank you, Your Honour. Right, just don't push yourself too hard. Alright, whenever the prosecution's ready. Okay. The music is different, so I guess all of the characters have their own theme for the final trial then, huh? Our first quarter courier expenses went 3 times over budget. Of course I'm mad. Can't because I have a bad heart, so I can't get too worked up. Might have said this was the last time, because I always said that to Mr. C. Really? I don't know if I believe you. Press on her heart condition. Yeah, press on her heart. Giggity. You ever done like heart condition? Right. I've been told since I was young that my family has a history of heart disease. So my doctors have always told me to try and keep calm wherever possible. For example, the angrier I get, the more important it is to smile and take deep breaths. But you also take sleeping pills, right? You know, if you really cared about my heart, you could just dismiss me from this whole trial. What do you think about that, just in truth? I think that's beside the point. Then you don't really care, do you? That's a shame. Heart disease runs in my family, so I've been told from a young age I need to stay relaxed. That's why I smile the more the angrier I get. Like right now. She's very cross. She's very cross. Oh no. Maybe she'll stamp on us with that high heel. I'll behave. Press on this was the last time. Can you explain why you said this was the last time? Honestly, I don't specifically remember saying it. I think I just say it because I always hope it's the last time I have to argue with Mr. C. Do you understand now? Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. Curious. But I don't think we've got anything to really counteract that. Press on a right to comment on the budget. Let me confirm one thing. Is the budget your responsibility as a talent manager? That's complicated. It's Mr. C's decision, but the way he spends money will influence Curry's mood. If he doesn't spend enough on Curry, she'll feel neglected. But spend too much, she'll get a big ego. So I think it's my responsibility to ensure we spend money where it matters, not on frivolous things. Let's clarify. Can I check? Is it there? Ah, there we are. Okay. Marketing and public relations budget also needs to be big enough to get Curry's name out there and keep her relevant. Okay. Your responsibility is making sure money is spent where it matters, so Karifa stays in good spirits, and that's why you spoke up to Mr. C. But strictly speaking, budget planning is not your job description. That's right, it's Mr. C's. Okay, got it. Mr. C was in charge of the budget, not me. Well, well, well. Presenting evidence 23. This is Lillian's revised second quarter budget. And it seems like you're the one who drafted it. Isn't that your name here at the top, Sophia? Why do you have this? Let me just point one thing out. In this revised version, Curry's budget has been drastically reduced, while Lillian's marketing and public relations budget has been increased dramatically. So, yeah, after Mr. C was murdered, it seems you really did take it upon yourself to increase the budget for the two departments you're responsible for. It's exactly because Mr. C was killed we need a higher PR budget. We're going to have lots of press to deal with. But planning the budget isn't part of your job, is it? No, it's Mr. C's, and he's dead. These are extenuating circumstances. That's so freaking hard to understand. Where the heck did you get that? That should be a company secret. Oh, is she having a heart attack? Oh dear. Stop this hearing at once. You're going to give Miss Laura a heart attack. Medic, help this woman immediately. Oh dear. Due to unforeseen circumstances, this court will take a temporary recess. We'll reconvene once the defendant's feeling better. Hooray! Justice! Yippee! And didn't you know that the end justifies the means, as spoken by me, Skibbity Means? You can't see it very well. I'm doing the Skibbity face. I'm doing the Aristotle Skibbity face. Hold on for a second. Your Honour, we're hoping you can at least allow the final witness to take the stand before pausing proceedings. This is a special witness, and we're afraid next time they might not be available. You should have received our application. You're right, I do recall something like that. Does the defence object? We'll wait and see. Which means you'll allow it then. Very well, bring to the stand. It's going to be Kurumi, isn't it? Oh, no, it's Prudence. Please state your name and occupation. Prudence Weeks, merchandising manager at LILIEN Entertainment. Okay. Explain how Sophie dumped the murder weapon. Where were you on the afternoon of June the 3rd? At home. I went out once around noon to get lunch. Okay. Did anything noteworthy happen when you went out? When I passed by the trash area, I noticed a whole bunch of police there. Okay. Did you see what they were doing? They were investigating something. I saw a cop take a bag out of the dumpster. They opened the bag and took out a bloody knife. Oh. Okay. Oh, I don't know which of these options I should be choosing. Did seeing them investigating the case change your plans that afternoon? I don't know if it's a murder weapon or not, but it made me nervous like someone might start suspecting me. So I went and asked building security if I could watch camera footage and found this. Oh. What's she doing there? Please explain what you saw in the security footage. I saw someone with long pink hair, lacy sleeves, a long skirt, and a big pink ribbon on their chest. That's who put that bag in the dumpster, the bag with the knife in it. Uh-oh. Does anyone you know match that description? They definitely remind me a lot of Sophia Law. Well, as per the police's report, the knife was covered in the victim's blood, and the blade fit with the victim's wound. The security cameras caught the defendant throwing it away. Definitive evidence. Personal conjecture. The witness's statement cannot be used to prove that the person disposing of the murder weapon was in fact Sophia Law. Can't it? This isn't just witness speculation. Anyone with two working eyeballs can see the woman in the security footage is highly similar to Miss Law. The prosecution asserts Miss Law is the one who disposed of the murder weapon in that dumpster, and that's indisputable fact. The woman in the footage does seem highly similar to Miss Law. I have to side with the prosecution on this one. The defense wishes to cross-examine. Oh? What's this? Oh. Well then. What is a big old prosecutor come to see a little old murderer like me for? I heard you gave up on the appeal. Why not? I'm hoping you build a portfolio. What's the problem with that? There's something in this case I still can't explain. Please take a look at this. The cops found this Y account, Shadow0903, on your laptop. From the data they gathered, they can tell you check this account a lot, especially since Mr. C was murdered. So, who is that person? My friend. A scared, stupid, helpless little loser that really pisses me off. What's their name? I don't know, I never asked. Is it related to the case? I'm just trying to clear some things up. Maybe you should have cleared that up before accusing me of murder? Is Kurumi back to streaming? Yeah, started pretty quickly after the trial ended. Who's the new manager? I hear it's... Ooh. Is that right? Alright, no further questions. You should get out of here while I can still control myself. How's your heart? I'll say this one more time. I don't need your kindness or your pity. Oh. Well. We got a conviction. Interesting. Oh, that's still not right. If you're here, it means you completed 2 false times. She got convicted, but it's not her. You completed 2 false timelines. So she was convicted, but it was a false conviction. Oh, what the fuck, man? Yeah, the defense couldn't prove that she was innocent. We had more evidence that proved that she was guilty. But, no. That was part of our plan, of course, since those 2 timelines contained important information that will push you towards the truth. Could you have reached the truth in one go without this whole song and dance? Yeah, it's possible. Without guidance, would not be easy. Let me remind you what puzzle you've yet to solve in Sophia Law's timeline. Who remotely accessed Mr. C's computer? Someone visited the scene of the crime on the night of the murder, but who and why? That bloody microphone. If Sophie's the killer, how did she get to the office? Okay. Time for the final bout. You almost have all the evidence you need along with 2 false timelines worth of information. Have you figured out who the killer is? I'll be waiting for you at the end. Goodbye for now. Ooh. If we set honor there, I think it's Misty. I really think it's Misty. Unless they're all co-conspirators and they are all in on it. If there's a single murderer, then let me run you through my logic, right? Huh? Oh, we can't access our evidence here. Hold on. Let me jump into chapter 4, so I can show you all the evidence, right? I can talk you through what I'm thinking. So, in terms of the alibi, well, I mean, the alibis are kind of worthless, but in terms of, like, is all the truth the same in every timeline? Well, I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know. But the reason that I think it's starting to fall into place a little bit. Because Misty knows who the real face is. Misty knows who the real face is. And therefore knows how to work around the streaming times. She took her cat out after the murder and abandoned them. Cat hair has been found around the victim's desk, right? The dagger was found in her apartment complex. It's starting to click together, I think. But I don't think there's anything else that we can... Faye is an outlier. I can't figure her out. This is hard, man. This is really hard. But we're going to wrap it up for there tonight because I'm tired as heck. So let me pull over to here. Whee! Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm a bit lost on this one, but we're gonna come back to it once we've worked out. Once we've had a bit more of a think about stuff, we're going to come back. So, yeah. I'm going to be very interested to see where this puts us to. I suppose next time we play, we're going to have to just go through the remaining chapter 4s. So we've got 2 out of 4, 2 out of 7 accusations done. I'm gonna cook this for a bit, right? I'm gonna cook this. British man tries to understand the Fae, fails miserably. See, that's why we got kicked out of Ireland, because we failed to understand the Fae. So we didn't understand the Fae. The summer court dunked on us. The winter court dunked on us. You could say that we didn't she very well. How are these Irish Fae jokes working? I hope they're working kind of well. I mean, I've got Irish family. My wife's got Irish family, so I'm aware of some of the mythology from over there. It's kind of cool, actually. As to Ireland independence, well, that's a matter for them, you know. Like, I know that we're not meant to get political on stream and all that, and I'm going to keep this real brief, but like the whole thing about like, oh, you know, Irish independence and Scottish independence, like, sometimes I had someone ask me one time, like, what do you think about that, Shinson? And I was like, well, I'm English. It's not up to me. It's not to do with me. It's up to them, you know? And it's like, you know, genuinely, I don't see the point in me thinking over much. I mean, my thought is, it's up to them. You know, it's not my decision. I have no say in it. If the Scots were to like be like, we want independence, we're going to be independent, I was like, cool. You've made your decision. I respect that. I still fuck with the Scots. Scots are cool. They're like Laria Yorkshiremen, and I like that, you know. So yeah, I got a bit off track then, but anyway. Tomorrow we're playing Dialogue, which is the new robot fixing game. It looks very similar to Valhalla in terms of like style. So I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good. The VOD's not going to get monetized because of the fact that, well, basically, there's some music in there which is free use, but it's still licensed. So it's like, well, okay, I'm not getting ad revenue at the minute anyway, so it's fine. You know, it's all good. But yeah, that's what we're playing tomorrow, and then on Thursday it's Stickable. So look forward to that. Huh? Anyway, guys. I'm going to wrap things up for tonight, so I will hopefully see you tomorrow night for Dialogue. You guys take care in the meantime, though. Make sure that you have a good one, alright? And next week, we are going to try and catch Kurumi, alright? Let's see if we can actually do it. But until then, have a good one.